Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the next episode of Home in Motion. Today, we're going to be talking about our trip to Healdsburg, California. And to start off, I think we should probably apologize because it's been a little while since we posted an episode. And that's really because we've been in this 2 months straight of constant rotation between myself and the kids being sick, with you pretty much being spared most of the time.
Yeah.
For this round, at least,
Yeah.
of being able to avoid it. And then it's been constant rainy season as well. And we talked about that in our last episode, but we finally got to the point where we're like, okay, everyone's kind of almost better and we just need to get out of the house because it's just been straight rain for the past month. So we decided to make our trip to Healdsburg. And to start us off, we started the day at the winery, actually, which we don't always do. And we were at Preston Farm and Winery. And this, actually, we didn't realize until we got there that Olivia had been there before we had.
Oh, yeah, with her summer, was it Owls Camp?
Yeah, so for the non-local people, Owl Camp is this thing that Santa Rosa City Schools offers, and they have a couple different week rotations throughout the summer, and it's all meant to be outdoors. So it's at parks and farms, and they typically have a theme, but this is something that I felt like signing her up for because from Ryan and I growing up in North Carolina, we always spent our summers outdoors. And here in California, yes, you can get outdoors, but it's not like the full nature, just going out and roaming around in your neighborhood or whatever, the same way we grew up in
California's
the 80s
too damn
and 90s.
dangerous. Well, I wouldn't say California. I'd just say the times that we live in now are really dangerous for children to be out on their own.
Yeah, we were really one of the last generations to be able to just where your parents were just go play, and they just let you go play without being supervised.
I don't know if we're the last. It's just, I think, where we live. Because I feel like a lot of kids in North Carolina still kind of somewhat do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, California is just a different place.
Yeah.
It's a lot, I don't know. It's a rough place to live sometimes. But if you live in the right neighborhood, I feel like it's okay to do that.
Yeah. And not that we don't live in the right neighborhood. It's just like you said, it's a different environment where we know our neighbors, but only our immediate neighbors. So.
Yeah. I mean, we live in a neighborhood where we could technically allow her to go out, but I just feel like we're just really protective. We're not going to allow her to get out of sight from us. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
But this camp is I guess a safe way for her to be able to do that, to where they, like I said, they're on farms, and they take them to the creek, and she was coming home and talking about tadpoles. And anyway, one of the weeks that she had gone to was at this winery. So when we got there, she's like, oh, I know where this is and this is and this is. So it was kind of cool that she had already been there. And
yeah, I know when we first got there, I didn't really believe her.
We're like, really?
Because she wasn't kind of sure. She was somewhat hesitant about saying she'd been here before.
Yeah.
And then she got pretty sure, and then was like, okay. And then the guy was like, yeah, Owl Camp comes here too.
Yeah.
So then we start to really believe her.
But I think from the Owl Camp, that it really speaks to their motto at this winery. So I always think it's interesting because some of the wineries that we like the best really are farms. And this is a true working farm. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But they had different buildings, and you could kind of roam around. They had chickens there. And one thing that we kind of had missed out, I thought, especially with it being springtime, we might get lucky where they would have lambs there, and she might get to feed a lamb milk. But the guy told us that they literally had the weekend before or whatever decided they were going to take a break from the lambs and the sheep. So we missed out on that part, but there were chickens and a farm dog and cats, which we're not cat people, but
No. And it's funny, cats know that you're not a cat person, obviously, and they want to be all over you.
yeah, because
Like, I wonder if it's just because, like, you're not, like, fawning over them, so they want to be close to people that, like, aren't touchy.
yeah, like where you're
Sometimes
ignoring them.
Yeah, I feel like that's how they are. Like, they just want to be around people that's not touchy.
Yeah. And I feel like, well, I don't know. I mean, even Olivia, she was excited to be able to pet the cats, but like, we're still at the end of the day, I think, dog people. So,
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I just feel like that cat kept clinging to me.
Yeah.
And I was like the one person, like, please get this cat away from me. I'm not a cat person at all.
And it's like not what you think of when you're going wine tasting.
Yeah.
Like,
But it was cool. I really liked the Garfield looking cat,
yeah.
which I think that was the one that was shyest, right?
Yeah.
That wouldn't come like close to people.
Yeah. He was like, nobody's ever been able to pet that cat.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to try either, but.
But they were all like old cats too. Like they've been farm animals
Yeah.
for a while.
Do people live on that farm?
They do. And I think the owner, Lou something, what's his last name? Preston. They've owned that land since like the 70s. And they did start with wine, but now they, like when we were driving up, like I feel like that was the other thing too, when we were driving in, like we were like, are we in the right spot? Because it was definitely like a long dirt road to be able to get to the actual spot where we were wine tasting.
How many miles? It was a good mile and a half.
Yeah.
It felt like it at least. I mean, I didn't really like track it, but it took a good long while on that dirt road.
Yeah.
And it's not the smoothest dirt road. And we were in a little small Tesla.
To where we were kind of like,
Yeah.
But they had like olive trees lined once we got a little bit closer. So it's definitely a true working farm. And they do let you kind of roam around. It was still kind of drizzling that day, so it wasn't like we could fully get outside and do a lot of that. But I feel like it would be a lot of fun if it was drier and warmer to just roam around.
We always seem to go when no one's there. Well, did we go on a Saturday again?
It was a Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember.
I meant to say Sunday.
Yeah.
I think it was Sunday, right?
Yeah. And we were the only ones there. And like I was starting to say, he was super accommodating because I had waited, like, because I wasn't sure if we were going to feel like going.
Yeah.
And so it was past the point of making a reservation online. So I like called and I was like, hey, can you accommodate a last minute? And he made it work and was like, oh yeah, I have like openings around these times. And then we were done by the time that the other people were supposed to show up. And
yeah. Well, I mean, I think we just went at the right time. I think if he had to deal with other people, it may not have worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we just picked a good time where he would. But I think that was the only people that were coming, right, for the day?
I think so.
Oh. But anyways, yeah. If you like going with no one else there, Sundays are the best time to go.
But I also feel like it's because of that time of year. Like it was end of February, early March, and it's rainy season. Like it's not peak tourist season where like.
So when is peak tourist season? Like summertime?
Yeah, up until I think harvest is normally like late August, early September for most of this area. So then it's like that's kind of the peak of the end.
Oh,
after harvest, then people don't come because there's, I don't know. I guess it's not as exciting, but it's exciting for us.
Well, we
and we
live
get special treatment.
Well, we live here, so I think we're just exploring where we live.
Yeah. And then let's see, for tasting, we did end up sitting inside with all of the cats, but we were able to kind of roam around and let Noah run around. And let's see, as far as wines, I liked we ended up buying the Zinfandel and then the Vin Gris, I think. That was the first one that we tried.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We bought two. We bought
I bought two this one because
that's been so long ago, I don't even remember.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was the Vin Gris that I ended up liking the best because as far as like wine goes, I like a Viognier, but he wasn't offering it then. It was the first one we tasted.
I don't even know what that means, but okay, sure. What?
Vin Gris.
Vin Gris. I thought you said Viognier.
Viognier is. That's kind of why when I looked at their wine list, that's why I wanted to go, but it just wasn't what they were like offering in the tasting room. Right now.
Okay, all right.
But the Vin Gris and the Zinfandel were what we ended up buying. And then I also liked the Petite Syrah, which it was just a little bit heavier and a little bit spicier compared to the Zinfandel. And I've actually, since we went, already drank both bottles of wine. It's good wine. That should be a testament. That
how long ago did we go?
It's been about a month.
Oh, well, I guess that's not that bad.
No, it's not. Because I remember I really liked the Vin Gris, so I just like drank that one pretty soon after we went. And then Friday nights for us are always pizza night. So I had the Zinfandel with the last batch of pizza that Ryan made. So
yeah, homemade pizza.
Yes, homemade pizza.
Still a work in progress.
But it's always our Friday treat. As far as actually, before I go on to that, the other thing, like I said, it is a true working farm, and I feel like this is up your alley. They have a CSA program where you can pay money to like buy the produce, and they'll like whatever's in season at the time, they will like batch up for you. So it's like giving back to the community with the produce and the agriculture that they're investing in, and you can like get fresh seasonal produce like as part of that. So it's like actual working farm, which I feel like the other places we've been haven't been that robust where it's like,
this place was massive.
Yeah. It's like 132 acres.
Oh my. Yeah. It was, you could just see like
straight open
for a good while. Yeah. It was crazy.
And then as far as logistics right now, at least with the winter time where there aren't as many people here, they're closed Mondays and Wednesdays, but every other day you can make an appointment for a tasting, or you can also, which would be nice during the summertime, is reserve a picnic area to be able to kind of sit out and enjoy. And then the pricing wise, the tasting is about $35 a person. And because we ended up buying a couple bottles of wine, that part was waived. But their bottles of wine are about similar prices, where it's like $35 to $50 per bottle. Anything else about the winery or thing that you want to share?
No, I mean, we just tasted wine. We didn't really explore much.
No,
beyond like getting out the car, just because it started downpouring right when we were about to leave. Right when we were about to go explore more, it started downpouring. So
yeah, we were kind of, because they do have a farm store like with some of their olive oil and stuff like that, and we just didn't feel like running in the rain to go over to that little farm stand to be able to check it out.
Oh, well, where we were at, it had stuff in there.
But it was separate. Like, there's a separate area with like produce and stuff like that.
Oh, that's cool. You have to go back.
Yeah, an excuse to go back. Then after we finished at the winery, we went to a restaurant called Molti Amici, which means more friends in Italian. And this place I picked because it's a relatively new restaurant to the Healdsburg scene. And Healdsburg actually has a lot of pretty famous restaurants when it comes to that. And the folks that opened this restaurant, we may have actually eaten here at one point in time. I can't remember. But Campo Fina is an Italian, it's like a pizza restaurant. We went to Healdsburg when my sister was here.
Okay, is it Healdsburg or Healdsburg?
I don't know.
I thought it was Healdsburg.
It might be, but I feel like I still put my southern twang on things and say Healdsburg.
It's not Hills, it's Healdsburg. Heal, Heal, what is it?
But that's why I say Healdsburg.
Healdsburg. I thought it was Hell. Okay, anyway, yeah, go ahead.
With the restaurant, the manager and their two like lead chefs are from Single Thread, which is a Michelin star restaurant in Healdsburg. And so this one was like there used to be a pizza Italian place there. And then these people that had worked together at one of the Michelin star restaurants, when that one closed down, they wanted to like revamp it and still keep like the original vibe and theme of the restaurant being Italian.
It's definitely fancy when you first walk in, but then they have that whole back area to where it's like casual.
I know, I was surprised because when we walked in and it being newer, it was like kind of fancy decorated. So I was like, oh goodness, like, is this going to be appropriate for the kids? But then we did walk out to the back and it was like completely open and had the bar. And I think it went pretty far back even compared to what we saw and where we were sitting
because we sat, I don't know if you would consider that a patio. It was covered.
Yeah. And it was like right by the bar.
And then you had steps that went down into like was it grass area?
Yeah, but and they had like a bocce ball court.
Yeah, it had stuff down there and picnic tables and a few other tables and chairs down there. So yeah, it's pretty big back there.
And just reading through their website of like what they want it to be family friendly. Like they really are about the community, and that's kind of why they decided to reopen the restaurant. But because of their background, like it's all pasta, red and white pizzas, and then they have a couple entrees. And I think especially when it comes to picking restaurants, Ryan likes a lot of choices. So this one was like on the fence or a little bit risky for me to pick out, because it's like one of the menus where there's like 5-10 things to choose from. So if there's not something that Ryan likes, then he's going to be mad that I picked a place that doesn't have a lot of choices.
No, it's not that I like a lot of choices, because restaurants with a lot of choices, half the time their food's not that good.
Yeah.
The problem is you pick places that are super fancy that have very small menus, and I'm like, don't even know what some of this stuff says and how to pronounce it. And I don't even know what to get because I don't know what anything says.
Well, that's why you ask the waiters, which is what we did.
And it's not that. And it's half the time, it's stuff that I would never want to eat.
Yeah.
So it's like, pick things. Like if it's a small menu, pick something that you know we would eat.
And that's why I felt like this place would work. And it did. It was really good food.
Yeah.
Because we like pizza and we like pasta, and you can't go wrong with that. But when I was looking and trying to pick a restaurant, I was really excited about this place. But one thing that I just want to say is Healdsburg has 8 Michelin star restaurants.
Can you just say Healdsburg?
Okay, Healdsburg.
Okay, thank you. Because I feel like that's how you say it.
Whatever.
Healdsburg. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Has 8 Michelin star restaurants.
Which means like nothing to me, but anyway, go ahead.
Okay, but you know what Michelin star restaurants are.
I know what that means, but it doesn't mean I'm going to like the food.
But that's a very small town to have 8 restaurants in.
That's true, yeah. Okay, for it to be a small town in Sonoma, except for like maybe I don't remember going to Napa too much.
We don't go over to Napa that much.
We go to Sonoma, the town. But I feel like Healdsburg, just in my opinion, has the best downtown. Between Santa Rosa, Sebastopol, Roanoke Park. Well, I think Roanoke Park gives it a run for its money. But I feel like Healdsburg has the best downtown, period.
Yeah.
I love going there. I just do.
Well, it's so pretty, and like we'll talk.
My point was, for it being so small, it has a great downtown.
Yep. And that has naturally attracted restaurants. And then like all these people that work at the Michelin star places, then they end up opening other ones that become Michelin star. So it is a lot for like a small town. But with all of that, there are very few that are family friendly. So like as family friendly as like that area is, I really wanted to go to a Michelin star restaurant because there's so many there. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't doable at this time with Olivia. Olivia would have been too picky.
Yeah.
And Noah, we just don't know how he would have behaved.
Yeah. Olivia has no filter. Like her facial expressions will say it all.
And that's what, like at a Michelin star restaurant, like
she would literally say,
and like we have to tell her not to spit it out. She has to swallow it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, she will spit it out in a heartbeat and say, I am not eating that.
we don't want to be that family, but like we would eat that kind of food and we would like those experiences. So I just wish if I could ask anything and have my own way that they would have more family or include a kids menu. Like if you're going to make this amazing food, you can handle making some crappy chicken tenders or a burger to be able to cater to families to also enjoy. So the restaurant Molti Amici was good.
Or, like some nicer restaurants will have a simple spaghetti little menu for kids.
Right. Like you just have a choice so that like you're not excluding like a large potential customers.
Yeah.
Because
well, I don't know. I guess it's really the vibe that they're trying to create. Some places really don't want children to come there.
Yeah.
They want it to be a expensive, nice experience.
But I think that's the thing. I would still pay the money to have that nice, expensive experience.
Yeah, but then you have a crying baby in the back. Nobody wants to hear that when you're just trying to relax. Okay, this is California, the wine country area.
Exactly.
So you have a few snobs that will be there and probably will complain because they spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I get it. I understand.
Yeah, but that's my wish. But at least at this place, what I had was a raviolo I'm going to butcher the name, uovo. And this I was really excited about because the other thing that I've been watching lately is Dinner Time Live with David Chang. And right before we went, he had an episode where he did Italian food. And so for the show, in case you haven't seen it, he always has 2 comedians on every week and he's literally like cooking for them live. And he does do some prep and stuff ahead of time, but it's like him talking to these comedians and he's cooking for them. And he had Bert Kreschker, I'm probably butchering that name, and Bill Simmons on there for this Italian food. And he made a raviolo. So then when I saw this on the menu at Molti Amici, then I was like, oh, perfect. I can try this because literally I was excited because David Chang had just made it on his Netflix show. And it was pretty simple. What? I get excited about the food. And David Chang is like a Michelin star chef. I know you don't pay attention to this stuff, but
yeah, I don't care. Well, yeah, go ahead.
So I was excited about mine. It was just like egg yolk and cheese, and it's like one big ravioli piece, and it had brown butter and sage on it. So it was like simple.
I don't think I would have liked that, but anyway, I don't like fancy food. But go ahead. Yeah.
And then, do you remember what you had?
No. Was it like a spaghetti or something?
Yeah, it was the bucatini, which was their version of a spaghetti with.
Yeah, it had like some type of sausage in it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because I made the comment like, oh, they're trying to make it fancy because they put sausage in it, and we put sausage in our spaghetti all the time,
and like mix pork with the turkey and stuff.
Yeah,
but it still was good though.
Okay, yeah. My only complaint is about these particular restaurants is the price. I can make this food at home and I can make it taste just as good as they make it, but it'd be so expensive. It annoys me. Okay, the pizza, they got me beat on the pizza because I'm still working out my recipe for pizza.
And they have a pizza
and they have
oven.
They have a wood fire oven for pizza, which is always fantastic. But yeah, my food, but it was good. I have to say it was really good, but it was really fatty. Yeah. There was a lot of fat in there. Like I could see it in the
sauce.
In the sauce. But I mean, overall, it was really, really good. And Olivia's pizza was really good too.
Yeah, and she enjoyed it. She ate most of it, and I can't remember if you ended up finishing it when we got home.
Yeah, I think when we got home, I ate one piece. I think she had one slice.
Yeah.
Or 2 slices left. Yeah, she loved the pizza. I think the only complaint she had was too much cheese.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Something I don't even remember now, but it was all good. And then
fantastic restaurant food wise. Even though they have a small menu, but they have a big selection of where you can make your pizza, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have like between the red and the whites, they have a couple of pizzas of each style. So.
But the vibe is really good. The bathrooms are funny because of the wallpapers with all like the rappers and entertainers that are just like
we
into the
both
wallpaper.
went in that one, and then in the other bathroom it was like pro wrestlers. Like which wrestler? Do you remember? I showed you like pictures. They whoever they had, it was a hospitality group.
Oh, Macho Man, or it was something. I can't remember who you said it was.
Yeah, I can't remember either, but it was like really cool wallpaper. It's like kind of retro, but
yeah, it looked like retro wallpaper, but it was obviously not. It was meant to look that way, like old timey wallpaper, and it had rappers and wrestlers and all that stuff.
Modern.
And, yeah, I think they had Jimi Hendrix in there. It was a bunch of musicians.
And I was even surprised by the music because, like, I remember them playing like Michael Jackson and stuff like that, and I was like, "Oh, this is like not what you expect in an Italian restaurant."
Well, it was a hipster. Like to me, that was like a hipster vibe.
Yeah,
that's the vibe I got. Literally, I looked. For some reason, I just look at people's shoes. All the waiters and waitress, all the waiters had Vans on. I swear they did. I promise you, all of them had Vans on.
Yeah.
Because then I look down at my shoes. I say, "Oh yeah, I'm wearing Vans too."
So you couldn't even say anything.
Yeah. But like all of them had Vans on.
And it was like kid friendly. Not only like we sat outside and we were like right by the pizza oven, but then Olivia was playing with these little wiki sticks where she was like bending. Yeah. So they had kid stuff too. It was like you said, price wise, it was like $30 to up to $50 for the meals per person. So it's not the cheapest, but it's not the most expensive. And it was good.
You say not the most. That's expensive. First of all,
that's average for Sonoma County.
Average?
Yes.
Well, we are going up to $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Now soon McDonald's is going to be $20 for a burger. Anyway.
Exactly. So it was average price, but still.
Imagine when McDonald's goes up, because I think how this this minimum wage thing, if I'm not mistaken, it's based off of having franchises.
Yep.
And you have to have so many stores, I think. So like some of these restaurants are going to be freaking expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine. But
anyways,
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And then I did, per your request, they do take reservations on Resi, which is kind of like Open Table. Like they have online reservations. So, I mean, we went on a Sunday afternoon, so it wasn't incredibly busy, but especially depending on the time you're picking, I would make a reservation. Let's see. Anything else about the restaurant?
No, I don't think so. Very enjoyable vibe. That's all I can say. Food was good, enjoyable vibe. The outdoor bar is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
It was like a nice. It had finally stopped raining for a little bit by the time we got there, but like a nice Sunday afternoon, just like we were kind of there, I think at like 4:30, like early dinner, so we could get back. So it was kind of nice timing.
I just enjoy being in Healdsburg.
Yeah. Well, you can go ahead and talk about downtown a little bit more now, because we'll talk about the last thing. I don't really
have much to say about downtown. I enjoy being there. I love how it feels like similar to like Santa Rosa, to where everything's centered around the plaza, like the little grass area. Mm-hmm. I love how Santa Rosa and Healdsburg does that. It just, I don't know. I can't explain why. It just makes me enjoy it. But for some reason, I love towns that are just like that. I don't know. I can't think. It's like, what time is it? 10 o'clock at night.
Well, I feel like because then you have like a central spot to like form your whatever you're going to be doing around. And we've even gone there when our nephews come out here for 4th of July, like, and they have it all set up with activities and stuff. So it like makes
Let's not say nephews. Only one.
I said nephew.
You said nephews. Only one comes out here, and that's Kyan.
But when he comes out, we went there for 4th of July and they had all the activities right around the plaza to do. So I feel like it makes it the central like hub of everything.
Okay, the thing about 4th of July, that's the crazy part. It's very like small town vibe when it came to the 4th of July.
Yeah, it was.
It was very small town.
Especially with the musicians and stuff like that. But
it was cool. I enjoyed it though. Yeah. It's always, good to see different things. But the food there is just outstanding. Healdsburg, it's just a vibe all in its own. I don't know, like when you go there, like what do you feel like? Like sometimes I feel like small town, kind of old vibe, but sometimes not.
Like I get that, but then I feel like what I was going to say was it was when we're doing stuff with the kids, it makes it a little bit hard because like on top of the food places around there, it's like stores and things, and they're not like kid stores.
Yeah, that's true.
So it outside of like when we've gone for 4th of July where there's like obviously kids activities, like this was probably one of the hardest like day trips that we've done out for me to find stuff that was kid friendly.
Really? Yeah, I guess. But we haven't really explored all we've only been to certain spots downtown.
Yeah, but it's literally like stores.
Kind of stayed in that little plaza area.
Yeah.
But not really like adventured with like all the shops. We really need to do that though.
Explore but they're like adult stores. They're not
most
kid
of the
stores.
stores close to that plaza are adult stores, right? But there was an ice cream shop there, right? I thought I saw one.
Yeah, there is. Yes, there is ice cream. Yeah. But as far as like doing stuff besides just eating, there's not a lot of stuff. But
probably not.
I have a couple of fun facts about the plaza itself. It used to be like a place, an Indian village, like back in the day before it was a town. And the guy that, how do you want me to say it? Healdsburg?
Healdsburg?
Yeah. Harmon Held, he like intentionally made the plaza, the Spanish style plaza, the way that you're talking about, where it like is the center of the town. So like the guy that made the town like was intentional the way that we experience it.
I love that. I just love that about that. Yeah. Okay.
And a while ago now, but like 10 years ago, the Travel and Leisure named that plaza one of America's most beautiful town squares.
Ah, so okay.
So there's credibility to what you're feeling.
Yeah, fell for the trap.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. It really makes me want to go there a lot more. Like it just, I guess what I want to say, it's very inviting. Like I just feel like you can just plop down and just sit there and relax.
Well, and because they have benches and things too, like where you can kind of, in the plaza part, in the center of everything, it's like trees and everything covered. Yeah. And
but for some reason, like it just feels more inviting in Healdsburg, even though Santa Rosa is similar to where we have the little plaza, the court, whatever is it called? Courthouse Square. For some reason, it just doesn't feel inviting. Like,
I think because it feels more open, like because there's just like that open space.
Yeah.
Then it
could be.
Maybe
it really could be.
Anyways, so after we ate, then what I could find that was kid friendly was these fairy doors that they have around at all the little shops around Healdsburg. So I had Googled a couple of places so I could have like a route map to be able to kind of just walk around and find them all. And that was something, I feel like this is another parenting thing where you and I see things a little bit differently, because I just feel like we're so lucky to have Olivia still believing in these like imaginary things. And I know that you didn't grow up that way, so it's not as important to you, but she's 8, almost 9, and nobody at school and nobody that she's friends with has like ruined it so far. And so this was like something that I was like, it'll like
ruined what?
That certain things like fairies and the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus
first
are
of all,
not.
she is literally right behind this wall here. Her
Asleep.
room is right here. You don't know that, so you might want to be quiet.
Well, I just think we're lucky that the ship has not sailed on believing in these things quite yet.
And you want her to continue to believe
I
in it.
do, because that's part of childhood.
Okay. I say she needs to grow up a little bit, but that's me. You want her to stay young forever. I want her to grow up.
But she's our baby. She's our first.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready to prepare her for the real world. You're wanting her to stay a child, which I understand, but
because once she makes that transition, we can't go back. So
true, but I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
she needs to start pulling her weight around here.
Well, she started doing dishes and things like that, but
man, she can barely do some dishes.
But I was excited that they had these fairy doors. And so that I feel like was the perfect end to the day, because we literally like just ate and then wandered around the square.
Yeah.
And she got so excited. And even Noah got excited too, like to see, she got him engaged and like looking at the door and seeing what it was and stuff. So
yeah, some of the little doors were pretty neat.
And she did like believe that we could like knock on them and stuff like that. And well, I had seen too online on one of the articles when I was like looking at them that like you can like leave stuff in front of the doors. So I got her excited about it, of like taking something to set in front of the fairy doors. So she took one of her little Elsa princess Lego thingies.
Yeah. And then somebody else probably stole it.
Yeah, well, that's fine. She'll never know the difference. But that was really, and that was free. Like it's just in the downtown area where we could walk around and at our own pace. And by that time it was starting to get dark because the time change hadn't happened yet. So it was perfect to kind of just take maybe 30 minutes and walk around downtown, and no pressure to do anything else.
Wasn't a super eventful day.
Yeah, and I feel like because of the rain, and like I said, this one was hard for me, like to really find family-friendly things to do.
Well, I just feel like it was the rain. It was hard because of the rain.
Yeah.
Not because it's Healdsburg and there's not much to do there, but it was hard to coordinate and do things when it's raining.
Yeah. And it literally started raining on us as we finished walking.
We were walking to the car, it started raining again. Yeah.
So,
but yeah.
But we still had a good time. Good food, good wine. Yeah. And the kids got to run around.
Good food. I don't care about wine.
Well, the wine was good.
Yeah. Okay, good.
But anything else you want to share about that day?
No.
Well, that's it for this episode. And I'm really excited about our next one. As Ryan alluded to, we just got back from our spring break trip, and this will be our first episode that we do outside of Sonoma County, because we went down to Joshua Tree and Palm Springs. So that will be our next episode, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Bye.